Hi everyone, Brian from Bear Bull Traders here, Sunday, June 2nd. So, hope everyone's had a great weekend, and we're back at it Monday morning. Got a lot of stuff going on, and some of the stuff that's just coming up here. Got a bunch of PMI numbers, China, USA on Monday, German PMI as well, kind of give us a look-see of how the economies are doing, various parts of the world. And of course we got all the trade issues going on, U.S. China, and then there were some more that came out, Friday night on the weekend. Mexico with the threatened tariff 5%, and India losing its preferred status. So yeah, just more trade rhetoric and more trade war fuel on the fire. So it's certainly not going to help the markets very much. And you can see here, just leading into this discussion, that we've got more stocks trading below their 200-day, a lot more below their 50-day. So we're definitely heading into some bear markets here, bear market action. And let's just take a boo quickly at the groups that are performing. You can see utilities on Friday were the only thing that ended in the green, and for the week pretty much everything was either flat or down. Same with the month. We're not looking very good right now if you're in the bull camp. So let's take a look quickly. This is one trade I've been in that I've been talking about, the TLT. I'll talk about that in a minute, but you can see here the interest rates, 10-year treasury yield has fallen off a cliff, and I was playing this through options, but you can see, we'll take a look at the TLT chart in a few minutes, and I'm probably going to cover that one up because it's just getting way too extended. This green line here is the third standard deviation Bollinger Band, and it's just way down there. So I'm just thinking it'd probably be a good idea to get out of the trade, just looking for maybe some bottoming action and a bit of a bounce on that one. But interest rates overall do seem to be heading lower. Here's the Dow, lost this support here on Friday, headed lower, and sort of another support level here. Let's take a look at it on the weekly, since we're doing the week in review. And you can see here we're kind of at a level of what was prior support right here. So the next level could be sort of in the 24,000 level. Is where we might find some support, which is another 800 points lower on the Dow. Small caps, of course, they haven't been doing as well as some of the other indexes right from the get-go, and you can see here they really took a hit on Friday and on the week. Right back down at some support here. I'm going to call it 145-ish level, and it looks like with the futures the way they are right now, there was I guess more saber rattling, and it looks like we're going to open lower again. But I'm almost thinking, it might be worth looking for a bit of a counter trend, just a bit of a reversal sometime. Maybe not Monday, but maybe later in the week. Q's right back down at the 50 moving average here. Got a long way to go to the 200, obviously, but we're at a level of prior resistance here, bit of support here, so we're getting pretty close to that level. So we'll see if it can bounce off that. And the SPY lost the 200-day on Friday, as you can see there. Let's take a look at it on the week. Lost the 200, and we're kind of at a level of, again, at a bit of another level of sort of support here. Weak support, so I would expect this is probably going to go lower before we maybe do bounce. Dollar had a bit of a false breakout, and actually false breakout, pulled back, tried again, and it's hard to say where this is going. It's just choppy right now at the high. VIX really not blowing out too much given where the markets have been going, so I'll be watching to see what the VIX does this week. We'll see if it starts to inch up higher, or if it really starts to make a big move like one of these candles here. But it's certainly not, the volatility index certainly isn't screaming up there with the sell-off. Let's take a look at the actives. Sort of got actives for trading. BYND was trading that. Hot sector, meatless burgers, and I'm out of this right now. I took a swing trade overnighter on this one. I think between the Wednesday and the Thursday, got a nice gap up because I love the way it finished on the day. Was strong all day and then finished strong into the close, and then had a nice gap up and then next day. So took that one. Quick trade. Nugget, we got into that. I exited a lot of it on this big pop, and again that was, I think, on some news about more tariffs, and got out some 1690, I believe, and then some just over the top 1720-ish. This was 17 was my first target because I felt this was sort of level of prior resistance, and also this 50-day moving average was coming down, so we stopped there. So we'll see what the rest of it does. I'd be looking for another move up to sort of just under 18 as my second target. TLT has been the one I've been playing for the sell-off in the bond yields, the 10-year bond yields, and so you can see here this has just been ripping higher. This is really extended, and that's why I'm probably going to take most of this off on Monday. See, we got on watch. We got lots of stuff on watch tonight. Baba, I mean, it's been on a death march here. Volume on Friday, still pretty strong. Just selling off with all this trade talk issues, and yeah. So I'm looking for a bounce here, but I'm not seeing any kind of a reversal pattern yet. BIDU, same thing. Gap down on some disappointing earnings, and got into this and then just got out of it because it just looked like it was going to head lower. So I got out flat on that, but I'm watching this as well for a reversal because this is just getting into the really oversold camp here. Emerging markets could be something that actually might benefit, especially if the dollar maybe weakens a bit, and with all the trade rhetoric, maybe some emerging markets, that's where monies will flow. So I'm kind of going to be watching this on Monday, see if it makes a move, starts to move higher. And Facebook, I think Facebook, and you've got the DOJ announcing they're going to start investigating Google, I believe it is, and Facebook's going to probably fall into that camp too. So I'm just looking at this one. Let's take a look at you can kind of see here one of the patterns I look for. Here's the top line. Here's your bottom line. Rough and dirty, that's a pendant. And you can see here we're starting to break down. And this level, we've lost this level right here. So I'm thinking this is going to probably head lower, maybe back down to 175, maybe even get down to the 170 level. So watching that on Monday for a possible short. Let's clear that. KWeb, again, this is kind of looking like it's maybe putting in some bottoming action. It's the Chinese Internet ETF. Again, China stocks really sold off, looking like they're just too sold off at this point. Labu just heading lower as well here. You can kind of see a bit of an ascending triangle here, and this started to break down. So healthcare and the biotechs aren't really getting much love here either. SMH may be putting in a bit of a bottom here. Let's keeping an eye on this, see if this 197.70 level, what is this, 97.60 level. Where did it, that was the bottom, where did it open? 97.73. See if this can hold this level. Might be looking like we might get a bounce, but I'm expecting, unless the markets change, we're probably going to open up lower on Monday morning. UNG finally did break down a little bit, and it looks like maybe the price of natural gas is going to head lower. Let's take a look at what the weekly looks like. It's right down at close to support here on this chart. Yeah. It was just too choppy to trade that, unfortunately. And USO, as everybody knows, everyone who's watching the market knows that oil has just been really getting taken to the woodshed, as they say. So we got a level here. I'd be looking for more downside, but maybe we might get a bounce here around 1080 in this level, and we'll set like an alert to see if we get to that level again. Volume pretty big on Friday. RSI continuing to head lower. Yeah, oil is just not looking very constructive, and especially if the economies are weakening, you're just another reason the consumption of oil might be dropping, despite all the tension in the Gulf at this moment with Iran and the U.S. So it's just not, helping the oil price at all. So yeah, interesting times. Interesting times. Not really. It's hard to trade and take any long-term positions when you've got all this news flow coming out randomly, like the latest one with Mexico. So just sit tight, waiting for some opportunities to emerge, like Nugget what was last week, and that's what we have to do. So let's take a look here. It's my book, How to Swing Trade, by Brian Pesum on Amazon. If you haven't checked it out, feel free to grab a copy, and we'll see everyone in the Bear Bull Trading Room in the morning, Monday morning, bright and early. Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys and gals, and ciao for now.